Toro Rosso and the Casio Edifice Honda Racing Limited Edition. To unveil these watches, tell us a little bit about the shared history of Casio, Toro Rosso and Honda, as well as maybe talk a little bit about this weekend's racing. I'd like you to put your hands together and welcome our distinguished panel for this evening. Please welcome Mr. Masashi Yamamoto, General Manager of Honda Motorsports Division. Mr. Franz Tost, Team Principal, Scuderia Toro Rosso. And last, but by no means least, the man of the moment, Monsieur Pierre Gasly. Gentlemen, you're all very welcome, and it's great to have you here with us tonight. Right, well, I don't think it's fair we keep you waiting any longer. Should we have a look at these watches? Yeah, I think we should. So, gentlemen, I think maybe with a little help from the audience, we're going to do a countdown unveil from 3. So we're going to count down all together and have a look at these wonderful watches. So if I can get in the room, a 3, 2, 1. Amazing. Fantastic. So we're just going to have some photos now with the watches.
Yeah. Should we go in?
If you'd like to come in front of, Pierre maybe in the middle. That's fantastic.
Oop.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. And gentlemen, if you'd like to take your seats on the stage. Pierre, if you can go in the middle, please. Thank you. Mr. Yamamoto-san. Thank you. Right, so without further ado, let's have a little look at these wonderful pieces of engineering. First off, let's have a look at the Casio Edifice Toro Rosso limited edition sports chronograph watches. So these are high-tech watches that are the embodiment of the phrase speed and intelligence. In F1, everything that happens both on and off the track has to be done quickly, so we need to use our time intelligently. The world timer makes it possible to switch from any one of 300 time zones just at the touch of a button when it's linked to your smartphone. The bezel is made of carbon fiber, so just like an F1 car, and the Duro seat Flora band is light and it's incredibly durable as well. So what Casio have done with this watch is taken all of the knowledge that they've gained so far in Formula One and put that into this wonderful timepiece. But now I think we've got a little video just to get a little bit more understanding about what this watch can do. Amazing, great to see them up there as well. Franz, we're going to come to the panel now. Franz, if I can start with you, please. Could you talk to us a little bit about the partnership between Scuderia Toro Rosso and Casio?
No, we have a very fruitful partnership. You know, we are working very close together. Last year, some of our engineers visited Casio in Tokyo. We had a real good conversation over there, and then some engineers came to Faenza, to Italy, looked how we are working, and there we observed that there are many parallels between the design of such a beautiful watch and between a Formula One car. And you know, you have to be very precise. Then also the usage of the material, there are many parallels, as you mentioned before, the carbon, but also titan and other materials are being used. And the speed, the technology, this is what links Casio and Toro Rosso together. And we are really very proud to work together with such a fantastic company.
Brilliant, thanks. Thanks, Franz. Pierre, you wear this watch day in, day out. What's it like to wear? Tell us about some of the cool features as well that you use.
I mean, yeah, one of the cool features is clearly, you know, as a driver, you travel everywhere around the world, changing country and time zones. And as soon as I get to a country, I just in like one click can change the time on the watch and set the proper time on the watch. So well, that's one of the cool one. The design, I quite like it. I was a pretty big fan of Casio when I was younger with the G-Shocks. So younger models, but I've been always looking to these watches, and yeah, pretty like the design as well.
So you've used at least 21 time zones, we know that. 300, do you think you can make it up to there?
Yeah, probably a bit less than that, but no, I think yeah, clearly, you know, time is something that we always looking forward in Formula One. You know, we're always racing, and time is the main criterion in Formula One and in this sport. So I think it makes completely sense to have such a partnership between a Formula One team and such a brand as Casio.
Amazing, thanks. Franz, just wanted to talk about bringing the fans of F1 closer to the sport as well. So the target timer on these watches means that with high levels of accuracy, fans are able now to take lap times as the cars go round the track as well. You must be really excited that the fans are getting to experience the kind of technology that you guys have to work with day in, day out as well, and bring those fans closer to the team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, and I remember back when I was a young boy, I went to the races, for example, to Monza, and then you need a watch, yeah, because you want to see lap times, yeah, and if you have the watch here, and if you can measure it by hundreds of seconds, that's what you need. And this is what it makes it so exciting, everything, and especially if the design is so beautiful, yeah, this motivates you even more to use the watch.
Amazing. Thanks, both of you, for that. We're now going to have a little look at the next watch, the Casio Edifice Honda Racing Limited Edition. So the watch is solar panelled, and like the Toro Rosso watch, also made of carbon fibre. So it's a premium watch design with a famous red and white livery of Honda Racing. Features the white leather band with the red lining. So we've got the dial, the back plate, and the strap keeper, all features the famous Honda Racing logo. We've got a little video just to line this one up and show you what that watch can do. Mr. Yamamoto, with the help of our friend Desmond here just to interpret for us, when you look at this watch, you're wearing it now, it's such a distinctive design, isn't it?
この時計見て最初に思ったのはやっぱりカーボンベースの、プレートとあとホワイトのベルトでこれがやっぱりホンダにとってもすごく赤と白のコンビネーションで、最初の印象はすごくかっこいいエキサイティングな思いをしました。
Well, when I first take a look at my watch here, you can see a lot of carbon element, and when you take at the wristband, it's all white. Now this is very unique with regard to the colors of the Honda colors. So this is very exciting and very, very, very nice to have.
And you have worked with Casio on this design as well. Can you tell us a little bit about how that evolved?
この時計をもともと作ろうと思ったのは昨年の鈴鹿グランプリの時で、カシオさんといろいろコラボレーションする話をしてまして、まずこのカーボンプレートのところはやっぱりF1 で多く使われているボディにも使われているカーボン、あとはパワーユニットの中にも非常にカーボンのパーツが多くてですね、 そういったところの、エッセンスをこの時計にデザインに入れ込んでます。
It all started during the race last year at Suzuka. So we were talking to our friends from Casio, and so the idea came out that we should have a very heavy emphasis on the carbon element, and then it's not just the body of the race car that has a very heavy carbon element. Even the power unit consists of a lot of carbon as well. So that's how we got things started.
Brilliant. It was great to see that transition, both learning from the car and learning from what Casio brought from to this great project as well. So thank you very much for that.
ありがとうございます。そのトランジションは良かったですね。
So just before we move on to questions, in terms of the watch's availability, the Scuderia Toro Rosso limited edition watch will be available from this month in selected countries from Casio retailers and jewelers. And the Honda Racing limited edition watch will be available from October. So for our panel, there's no official, I believe, press conferences for you guys this weekend. So we thought we'd have our own little one now, but I'm sure from a slightly lovelier audience with some very nice questions for them. If you want to put your hand up, if you do have a question for anyone on the panel, we have a couple of roaming mics here, and they'll make sure if you could stand up and just address or tell us who you're addressing that question to, and I'm sure they'll be happy to answer those. So Pierre, I might kick one off, if that's okay with you. Singapore is your 20th race start this season, so you've almost got a full season now under your belt. When you look back to Malaysia last year and you're sat on the grid and where you are now, like, how does that compare in terms of what you thought might happen and what's actually happened so far? Some great results, Bahrain being an absolute top result for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I will say in the last 12 months, a lot of things have happened in my life. So, yeah, I mean, everything went. It's difficult to expect something in Formula One. You know, you have so many things you can't predict. But yeah, it was amazing when I got my first opportunity with Toro Rosso last year in Malaysia. I was a bit sent in the car with not much preparation and really short time to adapt myself, but tried to make the best out of the 5 races last year. Tried to take as much experience as I could to really prepare 2018 the best way possible. And I would say this year went even better way expected, in a way that we didn't really expect to fight for the 4th place in Bahrain after only 2 races in the season. And I think it really gave a massive boost in the team for Honda, for Toro Rosso, and also for myself, starting my first full season in Formula One, and after 2 races get that 4th position was a good boost of confidence, and I was feeling more and more comfortable in the car. So yeah, of course, you know, I had to learn a lot, take a lot of experience in the beginning of the year, and I feel much more comfortable in the cars than I was last year in Malaysia. So also inside the team, with the people I worked, learned how to make the best out of my package and try to take as much experience as I could. So great things have happened in the last 12 months, and hopefully in the next 12 months as well. So.
Brilliant. Yeah, what a journey it's been. We're all really enjoyed watching you race every weekend, so congratulations on that. Any questions from the audience at all? Yes, we have a gentleman here. The mic will just make its way to you.
Hello, I'm Lester from the State Canada. 2 questions. One Franz and one for Yamamoto-san. Franz, just about the DRS issues that you worked quite well at Monza. I mean, will you be deploying the DRS again in Singapore? And for Yamamoto-san, last year was a kind of a difficult year for Honda, but this year, I mean, there's a much more competitive Honda engine. So what has been done to make the engine more competitive? And how would you rate the performance of the engine so far? Thank you.
Fran, could you just repeat that first question, please?
The first one about the DRS.
DRS.
The DRS that you guys deployed quite well at Monza. So just wondering, I mean, if we will see it again this weekend in Singapore.
In Singapore, we have another aerodynamic configuration. Yeah, I would like to go with the Monza configuration, but it's not possible. It's a high downforce racetrack, and it's a completely different circuit. And you know, we are here out with the hypersoft tires, and from the aerodynamic We are completely with another configuration. We have other rear wings. It's a high downforce rear wing, the maximum downforce which you can have. And also from the front wing, we are on the maximum. Yeah, that means the DRS story is different than in Monza from the configuration side.
And I believe there was a second question there for Mr. Yamamoto.
ちょうど1年前にここでトロロッソホンダが生まれたんですね。
Well, it's exactly 1 year from today, last year, that the Toro Rosso team was born.
でホンダにとって一番違うのはやっぱ昨年と違って今年は新たにトソさん率いるトロロッソと、ホンダがコラボレーションしていて、今まですごくいい、お互いのコミュニケーションもできてるし、お互いのやっぱりリスペクトして一歩一歩前に進んできてます。で開幕から2戦目でピエールが4位に入って、やっぱりもうそこで僕たちもすごく嬉しかったし、であとはハンガリー、その前のモナコとか非常にいいレースをしてくれてます。でここのやっぱり、シンガポールもトロロッソの車体非常に相性はいいと思ってるんで、そのドライバビリティをいかにパワーユニットで持ち上げてあげるかっていうのがホンダにとっての大きな課題だと思ってます。この明日から準備に入って決勝では皆さんにいいレースが見せれる、いいパフォーマンスが出せるように、ホンダも全力を挙げてやっていきたいと思います。
Yes, of course. We've been now this year. Everything is different. We are having perfect communication with the Toro Rosso team and with the driver as well. And the Toro Rosso body performs very well, and with our it's not just the car, and plus it's also plus the talent of the driver. And with our power unit put together, I think we can do much better. And just to recap, I think he did a very good job on his second race. He actually had number 4 already, and he did pretty well in Monaco as well. So we do look forward to a much better future. And at the same time, we're starting our preparations tomorrow, and we do hope that everyone here can see a good race from Toro Rosso.
Thank you. Any other questions, please? Yes, just one at the front here.
So my question is to Pierre. Actually, during the summer, you and another driver, Charles Leclerc, have been promoted to a top team. So do you feel confident about the future, and do you think Formula One is in good hands for the future?
Future's in your hands, yeah.
Yeah, I think the future looks bright. I'm exactly in the positions I wanted to be when I was a kid. I'm a really competitive guy, and I want to fight for the top position. So next year I will be in a seat that will allow this to me. So it's all in my hands to do the best I can with that package. So really exciting times, and I'm a really competitive guy, and if I'm in the sport is to be at the top. So I'm only at the beginning of my career, but I know exactly where I want to be and what I want to achieve in Formula One, and I will do everything I can to make it happen. I think Charles got an amazing news as well, so I think we are both really happy guys at the moment. I'm really happy for him because he deserves it. He's a really good guy, hard worker, really fast, talented, and I know him since a long time. We have been teammates in karting. We have been going on holidays together since we are 7 years old, so we kind of dreamed about that. Like, we had the F1 dream together as a kids, and it's pretty amazing to see where we are now and where we're going to be next year. So exciting times ahead. And yeah, about Formula One, I think you've got two sides at the moment. With Charles, we've been really kind of doing well, and teams have given the opportunity to us, and then some other talented drivers at the moment don't get the similar opportunities. So I think you've got two sides of it at the moment, and I really hope that all the young talented drivers that deserve to be in F1 will get their chance in the future, because it doesn't seem so easy, and performance is not the only criteria. And hopefully they can find a way to make it the only one in Formula One.
So maybe one more from the floor. Yes, lady in the back in the middle row. Thanks.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm Charmaine from Kiss 92. That's for Pierre. So I think everyone's very excited. There's a new buzz going on. You're young, hot drivers. Everybody's talking about your dynamics. You've raced before. What kind of first impression do you want to leave? How's your relationship like with Max? How would you describe that at the moment?
At the moment, it's fantastic, the relationship. I mean, we have a lot of respect for each other. We know each other since 2010, I think. We raced against each other in karting. We had many battles together, sometimes which ended well and some other times bad, but it's part of racing. But I think we have a lot of respect for each other. And we are both really competitive guys, so I think the spirit for next year inside the team will be really positive. He's probably one of the most talented guy at the moment on the grid, so I'm really happy to be next to someone who is really fast, because as a driver, if you want to be the best, you need to fight against the best. So I will be only in my second year in Formula One, so I will still need to take experience. But yeah, I will try to do it as fast as possible, and I think as long as we can separate what happens on track and off track, the relationship will be good.
And if you don't mind, just a follow-up question. I think you brought this up yourself. Off track, do you guys hang out, and are you all equally competitive when you're off track as well?
Exactly the same.
Exactly. Okay. Thank
all
you.
sort of activities together. We always want to beat each other. So, you know, as when you are a race driver, but I mean, like when you are top athletes in every sport, you need to be so competitive. And since I'm a little kid, I think since 3 years old, as soon as I play something, tennis, football, video games, whatever, I need to win, and it's the same for him. So beginning of the year, actually, we spent a couple of times together at his place in Monaco, and we had pretty nice battles. Yeah, every activities we did. So.
And we look forward to seeing that both on and off the track. Thank you very much. Actually, I've just been told we've got one more question. Please, at the back here.
Yes. This is for Franz. Going back to the young driver question, we've got a bit of a disconnect in Formula 1 at the moment. We've got Toro Rosso's, obviously no automatic choices to fill your seats next year. Mercedes have got drivers they can't find seats for. Drivers like Esteban Ocon and Stoffel van Dorn may be out of Formula 1 through no fault of their own. Has something kind of broken in the Formula 1 system, do you think, and what needs to change in Formula 1 to make sure that young talent can stay there?
You know, there are only 10 teams. Formula One, and it's then up to the teams which driver they take into their cars. And as you know, in Formula One there's also a lot of politics, but that's not new. That was also the case in the past, and I just hope that skilled drivers get a seat. Regarding Toro Rosso, I'm convinced that we will have high talented drivers in our car, and that we hopefully will do a good job, especially next year with the second year with Honda together and with the synergies with Red Bull. I'm quite optimistic.
Thanks so much. Well, that concludes proceedings for this evening. Pierre, Franz, Mr. Mamamoto, thank you so much for your time here this evening. We wish you a very safe and successful race weekend. And to all of you here, thanks for taking the time to be with us here this evening. We hope you have a fantastic weekend and enjoy the racing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Office.